The quality of our minds profoundly shapes how we experience reality, both in the natural and spiritual worlds. The regenerating mind, guided by divine truth, understands that sensory experiences are not merely external impressions, but rather internal creations projected into the plane of the senses to represent the internal quality of active states of mind. This recognition of the mind's formative role in experience provides a pathway to a deeper appreciation of the interconnectedness between our interior states of mind and external sensory experience. The primary difference between objects in the natural world and those in the spiritual world lies in their origins. Objects in the natural world have a natural origin, while those in the spiritual world have a spiritual origin. However, it's important to clarify that by natural origin, we do not mean matter as something extraneous to the mind governed by a separate set of laws. Such a materialist doctrine would contradict the understanding that the natural world exists and subsists entirely from the spiritual, the natural world being the effect of the spiritual as its cause. For something to have a natural origin from the perspective of spiritual Christianity means that the object displays qualities aligned with a natural mode of thought, just as to have a spiritual origin means that the object displays qualities aligned with a spiritual mode of thought. Each degree of the mind encompasses its distinct world of sensations, reflecting the broader truth that the sensory world operates as a kind of theatre where the Lord's kingdom or its opposite is represented. This is true whether we're talking about the sensory experience of angels and spirits in their world or the inner workings of our own minds. Unlike the experience of the physical world, where objects are considered to exist independently of the mind, the spiritual world operates differently. In the spiritual world, what appears like physical objects are actually mental images created by the inflowing life of the Lord to represent the active mental state of a spirit or angel. These images appear to be out there in their own space and time. Spiritual objects to the spiritual senses of angels and spirits appear to possess all the qualities of material objects, so much so that externally they can be said to be indistinguishable. However, the spirit or angel knows that what they are perceiving without is in fact a representative world that corresponds to their internal states of mind. They intuitively understand that these external things are actually products of their own consciousness. They see, hear and feel them within themselves, not as separate from themselves. Spiritual beings like those on earth have nervous systems. However, they don't mistake these systems as simply relaying external information to the mind. Instead, guided by divine truth, they understand their nervous systems as tools to perceive the way their inner states create their experiences. They don't see their bodies as separate from their minds, but rather as expressions of the state of their own affections and thoughts. Everything about their body is reflective of their particular form or quality or state of mind being presented in the field of their awareness. Spiritual beings have a very different experience of reality because they understand that sensory experiences are created by their own minds. This perspective, rooted in divine truth, allows them to see their bodies and all their sensory experiences as interwoven with their internal thoughts and feelings. This unified view protects them from the illusions that mislead those with a natural mindset. Illusions such as believing in a material world that exists independently and functions under its own separate laws. In conclusion, the distinction between natural and spiritual origins reveals a profound truth, that what we perceive as external reality, both in the natural and spiritual realms, is ultimately rooted in the mind. While the natural world is experienced through our natural mind and the spiritual world through our spiritual mind, both are theatres displaying the states of our interior lives. A spiritual understanding, grounded in divine truth, clarifies that sensory experiences are not merely external impressions, but are actually representative forms created within our own consciousness. This realization, that even our bodies are manifestations of our mental states, transforms how we see the world, both within and without. It is an understanding that can free us from the illusions of a purely material existence and point us towards a reality that is deeply interwoven with our inner being.